Hi, my name is Fred Dunwoody, and welcome to our presentation, Digital Writing C2P, Real-Time Document Capture to Process Solution for Healthcare, Clinical, and Business Documentation. Before I go into the presentation, just want to give you a couple of highlights. This is going to be a fairly quick presentation. We're going to show you how digital writing can turn any document into a dynamic mobile solution and help you reduce document and data processing costs. Digital writing will increase the efficiency of every employee in your company, from the front line and throughout the whole organization. Will help you minimize IT development costs, streamline workflows and business processes, and can be managed by anyone in your company using a browser. Most importantly, through all the advantages digital writing brings to your organization, you're going to see how digital writing can reduce your costs and help increase revenue for your business. So digital writing, what is it? It basically is a solution that allows anybody to turn a business document into an intelligent workflow solution, giving you real-time capture of mission-critical data and documents using traditional pen and paper with our digital pen or paperless processing through tablets. And we're doing this without changing the way you do business or the way your employees work. The best way to show you in terms of how to use digital writing is actually show you how easy it is to get a document into digital writing. You're basically going to use all your existing documents created in any software you have at your disposal. This could be Microsoft Word, Excel, Publisher, Illustrator, doesn't matter. All you're going to do is, after you create the document, turn it into a PDF. This also allows you to use PDF documents you download from third-party resources, such as the federal government, your HR companies, payroll companies, vendors. All of those can be included to create individual or integrated document sets. You upload it to the digital writing server, set up some parameters, and you're done. So let's show you exactly. I'm going to go over to Microsoft Word. And let's say, for example, you and your team were sitting down and realized you needed a new intake form to capture some additional information. And this would help you in terms of providing service to your patients and to your customers. Now, you could go to IT or outside the company to have somebody create a web-based application or a mobile solution. But with digital writing, you and your team sit at a conference table and create a form in Microsoft Word. You put in the questions and figure out what information you need, similar to what we have on the screen now. So here I have some fields of information. I'm going to include some check boxes. We have a drawing area, a comment box, signature capture, and date. I want to add one more field in here, date of birth. And we'll just give it a line. All right, the form is done. This could be a single page or it could be multiple pages. All we do now is print it to PDF. We use a free converter called QPDF. It embeds the fonts, creates a PDF, and the nice thing is it'll work with any software you have. So window comes up and we want to save our form. So let me call this Fred's new form. So now our PDF is saved. Next, I want to jump over to my digital writing application. Again, it's a browser-based utility. So we're going to click on the Design tool because now we have to create a new document. On the left-hand side, I'm going to select the tablet app, Natural Forms Enterprise. I'm going to give my form a name. I'm going to copy the form name from before. We can give it a description. Now I just upload that PDF background that I created. There we go. And in a second, you're going to see your document. All right, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. There are a couple of settings. The most important is handwriting recognition. This gives our field workers or our users the ability to use handwriting as well as the keyboard to fill in the fields of information. So I click Enable, go through the list, We can do this in 33 different languages. So I'm going to select English US. Now we come to our widgets. Widgets tell us how we capture the information from the form, from the document. So the first two are related to using the keyboard. The handwriting, this allows me to use handwriting or to switch to keyboard if I want to. We have date and time wheels, option lists for drop-down lists, checkboxes. The results widget gives me the ability to do calculations, or if I have a multiple page document and a field is repetitive on several different pages, we can mirror that information from page to page. We have a drawing widget, allows you to draw something on the document, and also signature capture. So let's get started. I'm going to use the handwriting widget for most of these things, so I just simply drag the handwriting widget onto the page. On the right-hand side, we can name our field to represent the name on the document, but I also want to make this mandatory, meaning that the user can't submit this document until all the mandatory fields are filled in. Since I'm going to use handwriting, we could also use our dictionary. So I have a first name dictionary. Come down for my last name. Again, I want that to be mandatory, and I'm going to use the last name dictionary. For my phone number, I want to default to the keyboard. I select keyboard, numeric. Date of birth, I'm going to use the date wheel. Resize my field a little bit. But I also want to make that mandatory as well. For my checkboxes, I just simply select the checkbox widget and click within the cell. Since it has 4 sides, it'll automatically highlight the whole cell. For my drawing area, I do the same. For comments, we want paragraph style comments, so I'm going to use the multi-line keyboard, select that, put in my signature capture, resize that, make my signature capture mandatory as well, most important, and then go back to the date. My document is now set. All my fields are mapped. There's one other thing I want to do. With every submitted document, I want to generate a data file, XML, CSV, of all the data entered into the document, and to create a PDF of the document exactly as it was filled out. We can also have that emailed to the specific recipients, and I can also send a copy of that back to the person that submitted it. Now we save the file. It will default to the form's original name. There we go. Fred, new form. I'll save that. The next thing I want to do is go over to my administration, click on the Forms tab. This is where all my forms are set, and install the new application or the new form. It'll bring me to that spot. I just click on Fred's new form. And here, I can associate it to the specific department and group of users. That's it. Now, that document is live for all the users associated with that department and group to be printed and used with the digital pen or on the tablet. So let me jump over to my tablet right now. Oops, sorry about that. Here we go. The app we use on the tablet is called Natural Forms. And when the user first logs in, they're brought to the document window. Now, the documents you see here on the window, these are documents that I already have open or working on. If the document has a blue number such as this, that's a confirmation number that this document has already been submitted to the server and has been accepted and processed. Since we're starting a new form, the first thing I want to do is just sync my device with the server. It's going to ask you sometimes to just validate your login. We'll do that fairly quickly. And what this will do is make sure that I have all the current versions of the form, including anything new. I'm going to click on the menu up top, and the list will pop up. and I want to find Fred New Foreman. There it is on the bottom. I select Done, and now I'm ready to start filling out my document and submit it back to the office. Note, the highlighted fields in red are our mandatory fields, and also this button at the top, the Submit button, is red, meaning that these fields are not filled in. So let's fill them in. You select the field, and at the bottom of the screen, it opens up the writing area. And as you see on the right-hand side, writing is highlighted, but if I wanted to, I could switch to the keyboard. So, person's name is Roger Smith. We'll select the phone number. As you see, it defaults to the keyboard, numeric keyboard, that is. Well, I'll put in the birth date. I have my date wheel. We'll select that. We'll come down here. This person is a fairly young guy. We'll select single, and then my drawing area. I click in my drawing area, and now I have the ability to draw on this or add a drawing. I can also change the color of the line, the thickness of the line. So now we'll add a drawing to our document. And there you see, it is now part of our document. The comment area opens up the keyboard. Color of the day is yellow. And if I try to submit this document now, it will indicate and tell me, oh, I still have some information that I have to fill in. So if this was a 25-page document like an employment application or a new patient onboarding process, and we forgot to fill in a field, by selecting that field, it will take me to that page and that field for me to fill in. So now, all I have to do is apply my signature and select the date. Hit on the Submit button, select Submit, and the tablet now is sending that information back to the server. Here's our confirmation, and there's a unique number that is associated with this particular document. So digital writing gives you the ability to use any kind of document. The previous document that I was working on, this is a new patient intake document, which is a multi-page document. And if I just swipe on the page, it'll take me from page to page. We also can mirror information from first page to the next page and last page. Here, I'm able to fill out the patient plan of care, turn the page, the consent form, capture signatures of the relative parties, and my client service agreements. So all of this is possible and can be managed by anyone in the organization. Now, what I'd like to do is just go over back to our application and show you what the viewer is all about. The viewer gives us a central location to see all the submitted documents from anyone who's connected with the digital writing application. So if I had a team of 50 people spread around the country and they're filling in documents all day long and submitting them, I can sit behind my desk, see all the documents that are associated with my group, and see the submitted documents in real time. If I select a document, I will get a thumbnail image of that document. I can download the data files and a PDF of that document right from here. And it gives me some other historical information. We can also click on that document to see a side-by-side comparison. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, this representation shows you any handwritten strokes that were not interpreted by the solution, drawings, signatures, and some data. On the left-hand side of the screen, we now have the ability to validate and, if needed, change data. Since most of the information on the tablet is already validated by the user and corrected, for the most part, we really shouldn't have to do anything here. But let's say, for example, the year was wrong and I need to change it. So I just click on that field and change the year. When I'm done, I hit Save and Complete, and now the new information is updated in the system and any software application I want. So you just saw the tablet application. Now, the digital pen basically works the same way. You're going to set up your document, put it into the system, exactly the same. We provide you with a digital writing print utility. So you go to the print utility, print out your documents, and together with the document and the pen, you go out in the field and you fill out the information as you would any other paper document. We provide you with a print utility where if you want to, you can print or submit those documents from the field, or when you get back to the office, just simply dock the pen to the PC, and all the documentation on the pen will be transferred to the server for processing. By the way, the pen will hold up to 300 different documents. To show you an example of that, I'm going to come back to the viewer, and I'm going to click on my initial nursing assessment form. I'm going to select this document because I know it is the digital pen version of the document, and there you see a version of the handwritten information. When we do a side-by-side comparison of this, the digital pen submission, we get to see the handwritten information and also the interpreted data. So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. We have Jane Smith, 923 Broadway. But I also want to draw your attention to this field. When the user started filling it out, they started doing something wrong and they scratched it out. Digital writing is smart enough to know that it doesn't want to try to interpret that information, but only interpret the proper values. So you see, digital writing helps you out tremendously in terms of not only capturing an image of the document the way it was actually written, as you can see here, but also understanding what is true and good information. So with every submitted document, you're going to get a high-resolution PDF of the document exactly the way it was filled out using pen and paper or tablet technology. Digital writing creates a data file of all the information entered in the document as an XML or CSV. We can also capture photographs and annotate those photographs, voice notes, and GPS data. Digital writing converts all of these things into the standardized output for seamless integration into any software application you use to run your business today or any time in the future. With digital writing, you saw how anyone can set up a document and turn it into an intelligent mobile solution very quickly. The document we did took us literally, 5 minutes to create and upload and use. There's no specialized training needed. You get to use all your documentation as is, internally or provided to you by third-party vendors. You can use pen and paper or tablet and incorporate third-party documents as well. There's no programming required. It reduces IT development costs. You or an office administrator can quickly create and deploy intelligent documents. It reduces IT development costs, as I said, and gives you that real-time capture to process solution. I want to touch on document processing costs because it is very important. If we look at a traditional workflow within a business, documents come in from the field or our frontline workers. They then have to pass through administration, where they validate the documentation, make sure the T's are crossed, I's are dotted. They'll do data entry, may have to do some indexing, some scanning, and then distribute that information to the next steps in the workflow process. We do all of this just so that we can get it into our EMR or other applications so that the rest of the company and the rest of the business can finally do their work. Every time we touch a document, it's a bottleneck, it's a touch point where we have to do something. And anytime a person has to do something with data or documentation, it takes time, and time is money. To think of it another way, collecting, validating, doing data entry, scanning, distributing the information, filing, and storing it, it can take an average person anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes to do all of these functions. If I'm paying my administrator $20 an hour, one document is going to cost me $5 to process, just to have her do these tasks before I actually do any work or any billing. With digital writing, the same field workers, the same people on the front line are using the same documentation, except they're touching a button and it's going to digital writing. And digital writing simultaneously and automatically distributes that information to every single stakeholder, every single software application you use to run your business in real time, eliminating those touch points, the bottlenecks, and cost. So think of it a different way. Let's think about the documents we process on a day-to-day basis. And most companies are going to fall, small or mid-sized companies, are going to fall in this yellow highlighted area. So for example, a company that processes 100 different documents a day, this could be contract, nursing assessment, caregiver timesheets, and documents, it's costing them $500 a day or $15,000 a month just to collect, validate the information, and get it into the system so you can finally do business. That equals $180,000 in cost per year. Now, digital writing eliminates 70 to 90% of those tasks and associated costs by automating the whole process. So the savings digital writing brings to this organization, they will be saving $126,000 a year because they're not doing those tasks. They don't have to manually process documentation and data. The savings and the time savings, both money and in time, are tremendous when you think about digital writing. So digital writing, it is accurate, secure, reliable, and scalable. As you saw, there's no front-end programming, no front-end development, and really no specialized training in order to let you and your employees use it and become efficient. You get to use every single document or process you have today or tomorrow and create a true, dynamic, intelligent mobile solution. The benefits: digital writing saves you time and money. Our solution works online or offline, so you do not need to worry about whether or not your employees in the field have an internet connection in order to do their jobs or to have to carry backup paperwork. It increases employee efficiency from the front line and throughout the whole organization. It eliminates user intervention, the touch points, the bottlenecks, where errors and loss of documentation and data can happen. It integrates with any software application you use today or in the future. It reduces IT development costs and increases cash flow because you're receiving all of your documentation in real time, which means I can do my billing, my invoicing, and my processing within 24 hours versus waiting days or weeks. It improves customer service and patient care because now when your caregiver submits something from the field, you know immediately whether or not you need to address anything to help either protect that patient within the home or provide additional care. This all improves every single business process, from the people and the caregivers in the field to every administrator, manager, and support person within your organization, because you're capturing and delivering information in real time that everyone can act on. And because you're setting up your documentation the right way, receiving and capturing all the correct information, distributing it to where it needs to be, when it needs to be, and process how it needs to be, digital writing also helps you improve on meeting compliance standards. Well, we hope you found this quick presentation to be very informative and saw how easily digital writing can transform your business into a powerful mobile solution. It is really a game changer for your business. However, if you would like to receive more information or would like to see a more in-depth demonstration of the whole solution, feel free to email us at info@fjdAssociatesinc.com. You can call us at 516-665-0144. My extension is 101. You'll also find a wealth of information on our website at www.fjdAssociatesinc.com, and of course, follow us on Twitter. Digital writing. One solution, unlimited potential.